My name is Maggie Walker, and I have read Matched by Ally Condie, and it is about 366 pages long. So, Matched takes place in this futuristic society where the society basically controls everything. For instance, in the world of art, there are only the hundreds, which basically means there are only 100 pieces of poems, there are only 100 songs, and there are only 100 pieces of art. Because when the first society fell, the new society thought that there was an overclutter of art in the world, and so they kept it to 100 so everyone could just focus on the 100 pieces of art. And they also control what job you're going to be in, what's your social standing, and they also control who you are going to marry. So that brings us to our main character, Cassia, who is about to attend the match ceremony, which is where she finds out who she's going to marry. And so in the book, you're only matched up with one person. And so at the match ceremony, she doesn't know who she gets matched up with because there's a technical thing on. The official goes up to her and she says, "Oh, you're matched up to Xander, so you're okay." And Xander was her best friend since childhood, and so everyone thought it was a perfect match. And so what happens is that they give you a micro card that has all the information about your match on it, so you can find out more about it, because most of the time that the kids don't know who they are matched up with. And so when Cassia puts her in, Xander's face comes up, but also a boy that she only seen a couple of times, Kai, face shows up, which has never happened before in this society. And so basically the entire book is about her realizing that she actually loves Kai, even though she's meant to be with Xander, and she uncovers this whole conspiracy within the society about what they do with the quote-unquote criminals with it. And the four main characters, I guess, in the book, I actually don't think there's four main characters. I think there are three, which is the love triangle that's going on between Cassia, Xander, and Kai. The book mostly focuses on the relationship between Cassia and Kai, because that's the main focal point of it. And I guess the main theme of it is that you can't control who you fall in love with, that it may look really good on paper, but you two may just not work out in the real world. And the quotes I chose, the first one is from when Cassia gets her microcard, and it says, "Cassia Reyes, the society is pleased to present you with your match. I smile as Xander's face appears on the port screen immediately following the recorded message. It's a good picture of him. I read up to touch the words courtship guidelines on the screen. Before I do, Xander's face darkens and then disappears. The port screen beeps and the voice says again, Cassia Reyes, the society is pleased to present you with your match. My heart stops and I can't believe what I see. A face comes back into view on the port in front of me. It is not Xander." And the second quote I have is that also in the society that the oldest a person can live for is 80 years old, and on their 80th birthday they all basically get put to sleep. And Cassia's grandfather is reached that age, and what happens is that he gave her some poems that are not part of the 100 poems, and those are illegal in the society. And this is how Cassia reacts to them after she destroys them. "If I had kept the poems from grandfather, I'd be riding on a flood that I couldn't stop. I did what I had to do. I did the right thing. But it is as though the rain outside pours on me too, eroding my relief and leaving my only regret. The poems are gone and I can never get them back. I actually really didn't like the series, because I really don't like that whole futuristic society thing unless it's really, really good, like Ayn Rand. But I thought that the book had a really slow build up, a really quick climax, and then it just ended. And I found it to be very slow and not really an original storyline. And I continue to read the series up until like halfway through the third book because I wanted to know what happened. And then it just turns into like this whole virus plague conspiracy, something about like a rebel society that's trying to take over the original society, and it's just I just don't like the series all that much. But if I had to recommend it to someone, I'd probably recommend it to people who do like the futuristic society love triangle thing, but I probably wouldn't even recommend it to anyone.